Twins, Joe Ryan.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
The 1-0. Sliced hard but foul. And a 1-1. Late with the swing there. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. And Chris, a great matchup in this one. An ace caliber arm in the hill against a deep lineup.
You said it, Boog, and I'm really excited to see how this plays out. The kind of talent they'll be facing, these hitters have a tough task ahead of them. Should be really fun to watch, though.
Now at the plate, Addison Barger. That one finds the zone. 0-1. Just starting out here at Target Field. Next offering misses, and it's a ball and a strike. That one missing inside. Swing, and he breaks his bat. Now the throw to first on the run. And very nicely done for the out.
Batting third, the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. This guy is an elite level hitter, especially considering contact, just the ability to hit for average. What you really like, though, stays in against those righties, and that's not so easy as a right-handed batter. Just off the outside edge. Ball 1.
There's some players, for whatever reasons, they seem to just face a slew of right-handed pitchers, and their comfort level increased so much that they'd actually prefer to face that same side thrower in a tough situation.
2 down, nobody on. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. The 1-2. And down on strikes he goes, and that will end the inning. The Twins coming up, no score. Back after this on the show. Bottom of the first, and towing the slab here, Kevin Gausman.
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at bat.
Here's Byron Buxton.
That's a ball.
Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
The second baseman, Luke.
All right, let's take a look at the lineup. And next for Minnesota, Luke Keeschel. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble.
Ball, that's low.
And that one sliced foul. Swings through the fastball up in the zone. And the slider just misses.
Well, I think he's trying to get a feel for where that one missed. I mean, it could have gone either way, but he looked a little shocked for a second there.
2-2. And that's too high. That's ball four. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
Batting third, the first baseman, Josh.
One down. Josh Bell at the plate now. Misses off the inside.
That's inside.
And that's ball one. Misses again, 5 in a row.
Last two pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
Good hitters count the 2-0. Line drive. He makes the grab.
Batting fourth, the right fielder, Matt Wallner.
Matt Wallner will hit next. There's the strike. Next offering is fouled back. Got him swinging. Scoreless after one. On now to the top half of inning number 2. And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Dalton Varsho.
Ball. Aye.
Carl Dixon working the plate in this one.
You know, we often hear and talk about umpires being a pitcher's umpire, but Boog Dixon maybe a little bit more hitter friendly than most. He's kind of tight on the corners, so we'll see if that comes into play at all in this one.
On the ground. It's in and out of his glove. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this.
Hard to tell exactly what went wrong right there. That was a fairly routine ground ball, but he just couldn't get it to stick in the glove. Might have taken his eye off it a little early, but regardless, you're going to have to work around that error.
So up next, Alejandro Kirk. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Martin gets under it, makes the grab.
Batting sixth, the left fielder, Jesus Sanchez.
Here's the left fielder, Jesus Sanchez.
Outside, that's a ball.
Now quick throw to first, and he's back in there. No score here in the second. This one in the air, center field. Buxton settles underneath it. He's got it.
Batting seven, the third baseman, number 7, Kazuma Okamoto.
And next for Toronto, Kazuma Okamoto. Quick move to first. Varsho dives back in safely. Late on that fastball.
Just a bit tardy there. Not sure if he had a hard time picking it up out of the hand or if he was sitting off speed.
Varsho off of first with 2 away. Outside low. And the count 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom half of inning number 2, and now for the Twins, Ryan Jeffers.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
On the ground, out to short. Slides for the stop. Over to first. And that's a great play for the out.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
Here's Trevor Larnach.
Hey! Ball.
Here's a 1-1. Late that time, and it's strike 2. That one missed.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Good job to fight that one off. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Ground ball right side, and it finds its way through for a hit.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
One gone, runner at first. So up next for Minnesota, Royce Lewis. Top of the zone for a called strike. The 0-1. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Now he launches a throw over his head. Doesn't get too far away, so no one moves up.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Brooks Lee. Yeah, that's fouled off.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Two on, one out. Swing and a foul out of play.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Got him swinging for the strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Two aboard, two outs. Digging in, Austin Martin. First pitch misses. Swing, and he popped it up. That is the inning. We'll move to the third with no score. New inning getting started, and now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. Ryan back to work.
Ball one.
Line drive, knocks it down. Here's Andres Jimenez. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Top of the third, no score. And that one clips the corner.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
That one is absolutely belted. And that should be extra bases. Headed for the plate. He scores and they have the lead.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Here's George Springer. Struck out swinging his first time. Swung on, belted. And a foul ball. Man at second. Foul ball there. Ryan, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game, and that certainly is a benefit to him when he's in a spot like this. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make a big pitch down around the knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others. And right here, clearly letting the ump hear it a little bit.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Typically that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
So now with 1 away and a man at second, Addison Barger digs in now.
Yeah, if you're going to be in the game in high leverage situations, you've got to be able to get the swing and miss and put hitters away.
Swings through that one.
Ball.
And now it's 1-2. Up the middle. Sends it to first. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the first baseman, Vladimir.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Struck out looking at his first at bat. This guy makes great contact. One of the best in the game at putting bat on ball.
He's got such quick hands, and he's gaining pitch recognition. That keeps him square to the plate. There's a good chance that his bat stays in the zone a long time, and that produces solid contact consistently.
Man on second, 2 down. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Runner at second, 2 down. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. In the dirt. Throw into third. Tag. Save. He's into third on the wild pitch.
Even with a good secondary lead, sometimes it's hard to see just how far that ball's gotten away from the catcher. And if you can make it to third base pretty much standing up, well, that time he seemed to have a pretty good read, gets to third safely, and now he's just 90 feet away from scoring.
Jimenez on third with 2 out. Stays alive. Two on the way. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Inning over, and it could have been worse. The Jays push across a run on this double. It's now 1-0. As we go to the last of the third. And here's the Twins leadoff guy, Byron Buxton.
In an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Swing and a miss. That is strike 2.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you could take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Schul.
Oh,
The
that's
next to
out.
hit takes ball one. The 1-0. Out to short. Jimenez to first, and two straight set down to begin the bottom of the third.
Up next for the Twins, the first baseman, Josh.
Here's Josh Bell. He's 0 for 1. And that one sliced foul. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Battling here as he fouls it away.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
Right side. Clement out with room to spare, and that's the inning. Down go the Twins in order. Still behind by a count of 1-0. Start of the fourth. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Dalton Varsho. This to third. Lewis tosses to first, and one gone to the fourth as they get the leadoff man.
Up next to the Blue Jays, the catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Fly to left his first time.
Off the plate, ball one.
And that's in for a strike. And the count is 1-1.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Throws to first
No,
in
he's
time.
out.
Out on a bang play, but he made it close. Two outs, base is empty. Jesus Sanchez getting ready to hit. Fly to center his first time. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Martin in position, and that's the third out. 1-2-3 go the Blue Jays, but they're on top 1-0. Back in Minnesota. Now the Minnesota cleanup hitter, Matt Wallner.
Well, these Twins, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
The 0-2. And
That's a
ball
ball.
one. That hit him.
He's got
And
first.
the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning. Ryan Jeffers at the plate. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. Here goes the runner. Pitch almost got
That's
him.
inside.
Throw to second. Bounces out at second.
Well, I really didn't expect him to try to steal second base because he had a very standard lead at best. If you're going to try to get there safely, you've got to get more on that lead. You've got to get a better jump. That was the difference between being safe and out.
Line drive, base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Up next for the Twins. The designated
So now the
hitter,
DH spot, Trevor Larnach. 1-for-1 with a single so far.
That's a ball.
And the 1-0.
That's
Just
ball
missed.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
Tying run is at first. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. He was late there, strike one.
As a hitter, you got to learn something from that pitch. He clearly wasn't timed up on the fastball. In a 2-0 count, you have to be ready to do damage.
Close one, doesn't get the call. And now 3-1. Catcher challenge, will take another look. And that one did find the strike zone. They'll keep both their challenges. Jeffers leads off first with one away. That
Ball
misses,
three.
and the count's full. Got him swinging for the K.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Now Royce Lewis gets a chance to hit. Picked up a base hit to center his first time up. There's the strike. Check swing called strike. And the count is 0-2. Ball one there. Swing and a miss, and that is that. One hit, one left. We've played 4. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Twins nothing. Back at target field, and now for the Jays, Kazuma Okamoto.
Kazuma Okamoto.
Ball, that's in.
Two balls, no strikes to count. Bounced out to short. Lee slings to first. Nice play off the bounce for the out.
The batter, number 22, second baseman, Ernie.
Now it's the second baseman, Ernie Clement. Reached on an infield single his first time.
Ball, that's outside. Too high. Ball.
And he chases that one below the zone.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
And a big swing and a miss. The 2-2 on the way. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Struck him out looking. He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. And it's going to stay a strike. Still one challenge left for them. 2 down, base is empty. Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. He doubled home a run at his first AB. And a foul ball. Now the 0-1. That one missed. That misses the zone. Yeah, that's ball 2.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
2 down, nobody on. Swings through that high fastball. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. In the air, left field. Martin under this one. And that is that. Offense held in check there. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Twins nothing. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And now for the Twins, Brooks Lee. That one is absolutely belted. And it bangs off the wall. Off to a good start with a leadoff nod.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Austin Martin, the next Twin up to hit. 0 for 1 so far. There's a swing and a miss. The 0-1. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. And there's one down.
Up next for the Twins, the center fielder, number 25, Byron.
One out man at first. And next for Minnesota, Byron Buxton, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Well, look out here. He's going to come up ready to swing in this situation.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. And the 0-1. That one found hard the other way. Oh and 2 now. That one is absolutely belted. Way back there, it's got a chance. And it's off the wall. Lead runner around second. And it'll be runners at second and third, only one away.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
The next Twin up to hit. Golden opportunity right here. Close, but called a ball. And that is ball 1. Two on, 1 out. That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball 2.
He's got a base open, so the pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the
Ball,
bags are
that's
sacked.
inside.
That one almost got him.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
Next offered in there for a strike. Strike 1. Swing and a miss as he was out front. Swing and a pop-up. He's got it. Out number 2.
Up next for the Twins, the first baseman, Josh Bell.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. And now the switch hitting first baseman, Josh Bell. Pitch misses.
Nope, that's a ball.
Ball 1. Two on, 2 outs. And
Oh, that's
another
off the
ball.
plate.
Up the middle. In plenty of time to first, and that will end the inning. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. George Springer
Leading off
now
with
at the plate.
The designated hitter, George Springer.
Ball 1.
Right through there for a strike. And that is in for a strike. And a count 1-2. And ring him up, says Carl Dixon. That's a strikeout.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Barger in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Next offering is down low.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
There's a strike. 3-1. Draws the walk.
That's
there.
ball 4.
And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish.
The first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero.
It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. That one ripped. Martin going after it. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. And that's a double.
He was all over that one. That was maybe even a little off the plate, but no problem getting the barrel to it. Man, he does such a nice job, and that's what you're supposed to do with the pitch in that location.
And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. Man at second. Fouled off down the right side. Hard hit to third. Whips it across, and that is out number 2.
Up next to the Blue Jays, the center fielder, number 5, Dalton.
And now it's Dalton Varsho.
Ball. Down. Hey! Ball 2.
In the dirt. Fires to second.
Safe.
Almost got him, but he scrambles back safely. Runner at second, 2 down, and we're at the top half of the 6th. Next one is off the
outside.
plate. Ball 3.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
The 3-1. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. Struck him out looking. That's his 8th strikeout of the game. A double in the inning, but they leave him stranded. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Twins nothing. Bottom of the 6th inning. Now the cleanup hitter for Minnesota, Matt Wallner.
This guy's usually not one to chase pitches off the plate, but he did there. We'll see if he can tighten up his zone a little bit.
Oh, 1 down. And that's a strike. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Sanchez under it. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for the Twins, the catcher, Ryan.
So up next for Minnesota, Ryan Jeffers. 1 for 2. Late on that fastball.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Struck him out swinging. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Really nice job working both sides of the plate for that strikeout. Started him off inside, then away, back inside again, and that one set him up for that last pitch on the outside part of the plate that he just swung right through. Pretty smooth sequence right there.
Trevor Larnach, the next Twin up to hit. Swings through that one for strike 1. Two down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the sixth. That's off the mark, and it's 2-1. Now one miss. Royce Lewis in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Two down, nobody on. Swings through that one out in front that time. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. Major League Baseball is on the show.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back.
Twins,
We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Cole Sands.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Well, one-run game. Stepping in, Alejandro Kirk.
Some hitters are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Yo, one. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. He'll circle the bases, and they tack one on the board. It's 2-0.
Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
So up next for Toronto, Jesus Sanchez.
Hey!
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the top half of inning number 7. Pitch misses, and now it's even 1-1.
Evidently not too impressed with that call, and it feels like he got squeezed on the outside corner, so he's making his case. You've got to be careful to pick your spots in terms of showing your frustration with the umpire, and he felt this was his time.
Swings through that one for strike 2. Activity in the bullpen. Travis Adams, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Orrs also getting ready. Here's a 1-2. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. The flip, and they get it. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out.
Number 7, Kazuma Okamoto.
Here's the third baseman, Kazuma Okamoto. That one fouled off.
Yep, that ball went out. That's a ball.
And that's
Ball,
off
inside.
the inside edge. 3 balls and a strike. This one in the air, center field. Buxton takes it in for the out. 2 down.
The batter number 22, second baseman.
And that's for Toronto, Ernie Clement. 2 down, nobody on. This one in the air right field. And that'll do it. Toronto picks up 1 on this homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Set for the last half of the 7th. And now for the Twins, Royce Lewis.
This lineup is having a tough time finding a good rhythm at the plate. Their swings are disjointed, which tells me they're having issues with pitch recognition.
Movement in the bullpen. Jimmy Garcia preparing to come on if needed. Rogers getting cranked up as well. There's a swing and a drive. And foul ball. The 1-1. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. Next offering is outside. In the air, right field. Grabs it on the run. And there's one away.
Up next for the Twins.
Now here is Brooks Lee.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Called strike right there. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Fights it off. You'll see another. And the 0-2. Goes down looking for the strikeout. That's his 9th strikeout so far.
No left fielder. Austin.
And next for Minnesota, Austin Martin. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
Just an outstanding job of spinning the baseball, moving it around, doing what he does.
Strike 2. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. Still in total command on the mound with 7 shutout innings. It's Major League Baseball on the show.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back,
Twins,
and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Travis
Adams.
Adams.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Andres Jimenez digs in now.
Andres Jimenez.
A little out front there as he swings through it. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 0-2. Swing and a ball lifted to center field. 1 away.
The batter, number 4. Designated hitter, George.
Back to the top of the order now. George Springer next up for the Blue Jays. 3 strikeouts already. He's 0 for 3. That one finds the zone. 0-2 now. Minnesota's bullpen with some action. David Festa loosening up in case he's called upon by Derek Shelton. The 0-2. And they'll do it again. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Barger now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. In the air, center field. Buxton under it. And that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. Last half of the 8th coming up. Blue Jays 2 and the Twins nothing.
Now pitching for the
Back
Blue
now,
Jays,
new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Jimmy Garcia.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Leading off for the
So back to the
Twins,
top of the order. Here's the center fielder, Byron Buxton. 1 for 3. Oh,
Nope.
he doesn't get
Ball
the
one.
call. Ball 1. Challenge from behind the dish here. And that just scraped the zone. The call is overturned. They'll keep their remaining challenge.
Ball, that's out.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. The high heat too much on that one.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Keishel in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. The 1-0. Cut on and missed 96 with that fastball. The Twins down by a pair here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. On the ground to the left,
Foul ball.
and it goes just foul. One-two now. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one. Keep him straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Josh Bell, the next Twin up to hit. 0 for 3 in this one. And it's fouled away. Two down, nobody on. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the 8th. Twins are set down 1-2-3. They're still down. It's 2-0. We go to the 9th. And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Ball
No,
one
that's
low.
down.
Adams,
Hey.
a righty that throws with power. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a cutter, a changeup, and
That's
he
a ball.
works in a sinker.
Now you get to this part of the order. Yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you if he will.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And the leadoff man aboard.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the center fielder, number
Dalton
5,
Varsho next up for the Blue Jays.
Varsho.
And that's
Ball, that's
outside.
outside.
And that's ball one. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. Cut on and miss. Throw to second. Out of bounds. Safe. Man at second. And that's through there for a strike. And the count 1-2. Hit on the ground to short. Fires over to first. Now one gone in the ninth.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
Alejandro Kirk, the next to hit. He's already homered in this game. And that drops in for a strike.
Now just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
That takes the zone. No balls, two strikes.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Right through there, got it. And there are two outs.
Well, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and two strikes. Just put the ball in play somewhere, and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
Sanchez
Ball, that
up
pitch
to
is
bat
out.
next. Lays off for a ball. Whips it to first. And that is that.
Pure athleticism on that one. In the air, legs split a bit, and fires across the diamond. He's going to get a lot of high fives in the dugout.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Blue
back.
Jays,
And here comes the
number
closer,
23,
Jeff Hoffman.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to
Leading
lock
off
this one
for the
down
Twins,
and get out of here
the
with the
right
W.
fielder, Matt
Now the Minnesota cleanup hitter,
Wallner.
Matt Wallner. And that one fouled off.
Ball.
Strike
Hey.
two. And that's outside. Got him swinging. A huge out to start the bottom of the ninth.
the catcher, Ryan.
And now Ryan Jeffers.
Ball, that's out.
One down, base is empty here in the ninth. And
That's
another
ball
ball.
two.
Pitcher thought that was a strike. He's going to challenge. Just caught the zone by a whisker, and the call is overturned. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. The Blue Jays trying to close out a 2-run lead. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. That missed by a lot. It's 2-2. Next offering way upstairs. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And a 3-2. Good plate
Ball
appearance
four,
there. Able to take the walk. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Pretty close, but it was a ball. No challenges left for them now. So up next for Minnesota, Trevor Larnach. Fought off foul. The Twins with the tying run at the plate. And the home team trying to pull it out.
That's a ball.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
The tying run at the plate. Swings and misses. Struck him out. Down to the last out for the Twins.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
The Twins down to their final out. And here is Royce Lewis. Fastball for a strike. This could end it. Outside.
That's a ball.
Now 1-2. 2-run game with 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Foul ball still a 1-2 count. On the ground, and this should do it. Throw to first, ball game. And the Blue Jays use 3 pitchers to combine for the shutout.
Great pitchers duel in this one. You get to a certain point where each pitcher is trying to outdo the other, go a little bit deeper into the ball game. And for these pitchers, it really came down to a few key at-bats. This was a fun one to watch.
2-0 your final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.